pedant, I bristle at the modern overuse of the word iconic. But this is a Volkswagen Golf, the 7th generation of car that has sold 29 million units and become the world's second biggest selling car since it was launched in 1974. In this instance, iconic is appropriate. And it didn't get successful by luck. Well, maybe a bit. Launching a small car just 2 months after the end of the oil crisis in the mid-70s wasn't exactly disastrous. No, the history of the Golf is largely one of clever engineering and good design, which we'll discover as we visit this car's ancestors. So, like Kylie, let's step back in time and find out how this new Golf became the car it is. So this is where it all started, the Mark I Golf. Launched in 1974, it sold over 7 million units in the 10 years it was around. It also established a tradition for having a number of variants, with a turbo diesel, a cabriolet and the GTI, which became the hot hatch to own.
The need for the Golf arose when the Beetle was reaching the end of its life. It was already a very old model, and the Golf represents one of the biggest philosophical changes from a car company ever. So we went from a longitudinally mounted air-cooled rear-engine rear-wheel drive car into one with a transverse water-cooled engine front-wheel drive. So completely different philosophy, but it was aimed at the same task, a car for the masses, a popular high-volume product. At that period, German cars tended to be practical, form follows function, but there was a decision to combine Italian design flair with German engineering. And that again, no doubt, has added to the success of that original version.
Volkswagen introduced the Mark II in 1984, the year of Big Brother, a George Orwell, not the crap TV show. It's also the year that Frankie Kozhova told us to relax, and it was easy to do in a Mark II. It was slightly bigger, it was more rounded from the classic Giugiaro design, and there were a couple of four-wheel drive versions, as well as the two GTIs, this classic 8-valve and a 16-valve, which came later.
The change from the Mark I to the Mark II was a larger car, it was redesigned, it was a completely new product, but the press were saying that the car hadn't changed enough, and it might have been one of the largest jumps in terms of the appearance of the Golf from one generation to the next.